This is the College Investor Audio Show. Welcome. Thanks for being here today as we take a look at this topic. Kind of a little bit of a loaded question. How in the world do parents afford to send a kid to college? Let's take a look at it. But first, just a quick reminder that you can always hit the subscribe button on the podcast because we update this thing all the time. That way, you always know when there's new content ready to be listened to. You can also share this with anybody you want. We would greatly appreciate that. Follow us on social media too. We're everywhere you are. Just type in the words The College Investor and you'll find us. All right, let's go ahead and dive in here. So, more than a decade after completing college, 7% of millennials still have more than $50,000 in student loan balances. Huh? Yeah. Facing our reality of digging out of that debt and knowing our friends' horror stories, a lot of millennials are motivated to help their kids get through college completely debt-free. Totally on board with this. Okay, yeah, while we can't really promise that you'll be able to help your child avoid all debt, we do have some realistic tips to cover the cost of college from the day your child is born till after they graduate. Let's do this thing. So, how to save for college when your kid is a baby. When you have a newborn snuggling in your arms, college seems like it's a lifetime away. Oh, but how you wish the smell of the top of their head would never go away. Can somebody bottle that smell? It's so lovely and heavenly, isn't it? Anywho, with hospital bills and the new costs of being a parent, saving for college might seem like the furthest thing from your mind and not really a top priority. With a baby, money is undoubtedly tight. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt several times. You've either started paying for childcare or you're working less to care for your little one. Still, yeah, these are a few things you can do to help your baby graduate from college completely debt-free. First, open a 529 account. So a 529 allows you to save or invest money, rather, for your child's education. Any money that you put into the account will grow tax-free, and you don't even have to pay taxes or penalties if the money is spent on education costs. If you happen to put too much money into the account, your child can put up to $35,000 into a Roth account after they turn 18, which is huge if they decide not to go to college. You can set up an automatic $10 weekly contribution to the account. $10 a week? Your budget may feel like it's squeezed, but yeah, most people can afford $10 a week. And if you contribute this much into the 529 and get a 7% return, which really is kind of normal, you'll have $18,000 in the account by the time your child starts school. No joke, that's a big deal. Put any financial gifts into that account. People often give small financial gifts to kids for birthdays, Christmas, all the major milestones. Yeah, it's easy to just spend the money, but invest it in the 529 instead. Between a $250 initial contribution and $10 weekly deposits, you'll have close to 20 grand to pay for school when your child turns 18. These tips aren't going to get your child through college without debt, but they actually go a long way toward helping them. And combined with some of the strategies later in life, you might be able to put your kid through college without any debt whatsoever. College savings during elementary school. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, when your child first hits elementary, after the tears, you'll just have over a decade before they start college. By the end of 5th grade, more tears, they have just 7 school years left before college. Your focus is likely on enjoying art projects, Lego creations, soccer games, playgrounds, all that kind of stuff. But you can take these steps to save for college in the back half of your kid's childhood. Use one of these, a You Promise credit card. This credit card allows you to save cash back into your child's 529 account. It's not going to add up to a ton of money, but we know every little bit helps, for sure. If you're not paying for childcare anymore, increase your weekly contribution. Assuming you start contributing $10 a week when your child is born, you'll have $3,900 by the time your child is 6. If you can boost your contribution to $50 a week at that point, you'll have nearly $58,000 by the time you send them to college. Wow. Start teaching your kids about financial basics, such as earning, spending, and saving money right now. Our saying whenever one of our kids earns money or receives money from anybody, save some, spend some, give some. kind of works. College savings during middle school. Now let's touch on this. While much has changed since I was in middle school for sure, it still seems like these early adolescents are eager to spend their parents' money on all the latest tech, new Nike kicks, and all the junk food. During middle school, it would be easy to let college savings go ahead and take a back seat as you negotiate more daily money management with your newly minted teenager. These are just a few things you can do to boost your college savings since it likely seems a lot closer now than it did at the end of fifth grade. Continue automated contributions to the 529. Keep doing this. If you haven't been contributing, it's still worthwhile to start saving for college when you have a middle schooler. You're not going to see all the dramatic growth that you would if they were newborn, but it will give them a hand up when it comes time to start school. Emphasize opportunities to earn money. Middle schoolers can't have part-time jobs legally yet, but they can typically find plenty of odd jobs to help them earn money. Teens who spend time babysitting, shoveling snow, mowing lawns, cleaning windows, or just helping with the family business will have an appreciation for money that other kids won't have. Teach your teen about investing by allowing them to open a brokerage account if they have some extra cash. As a warning from personal experience, your teen may not be interested in lessons about prudent investing in a diversified investment portfolio. Let's just hope that comes later on, though. College savings during high school. By the time you have a high schooler, you should know whether they're likely to attend college after graduation. If they do seem college-bound, you're going to want them to start taking on some of the work associated with paying for college. So these are just a few things you can encourage your high schooler to do to help them pay for school. Start looking into scholarships, like now. I'm always surprised by the number of scholarships available to high schoolers, especially juniors and seniors. A lot of these scholarships are local scholarships worth like $50 to $250. But these types of scholarships do add up. Consider dual enrollment options too. Typically, dual enrollment involves taking classes at a local community college or university. You get credit for both high school and college at the same time. Most of the time, the credits are directly transferable to a 4-year university. Talk about college affordability. For decades, most people encouraged high school students to attend the best college they could. But with the rise of student debt, school affordability is finally in vogue. College affordability isn't just about list price either. So encourage your high schooler to apply to pricey schools like Harvard or NYU, but be realistic about all the costs. If they are accepted but don't get merit aid from the school, those expensive schools just probably out of reach. Encourage your high school student to save some money too. Most high schoolers can handle a part-time job along with their academic and extracurricular obligations. If you're covering most of their needs, your kids should be able to save some money. Saving a few $1,000s during high school could allow your child to buy a laptop, books, and other essentials that they need to start college with minimal debt. Paying for college during college. College savings doesn't stop when high school ends. Parents can, and often do, support their kids' education costs, all through college as well. These are just a few things parents can do to help their kids pay for college. Complete the FAFSA. Most colleges do require you to complete the FAFSA to receive merit or need-based aid. And if you can't completely cover the cost of college, you might qualify for subsidized student loans from the Department of Education. Choose your college based on affordability. There's really no shame in choosing a school that you can actually afford. If the flagship university in your state costs twice as much as regional campuses, just go to the regional. Use the community college system to get your general education requirements out of the way for a minimal cost. Totally worth it. If your student wants to attend a pricier school, just make sure they have plenty of scholarships to cover the bulk of the costs that you can't cover. Talk about loans with your student. Student loans may allow your kid to get a valuable degree, but student loans are still debt. You will want your child to understand that loans are not free money. Encourage them to minimize that debt they take out. Get creative about covering costs. Help your child create a budget that will minimize the need for debt. If they live at home, go car-free, or get scholarships that may not need to work as much during college. But on the other hand, If they have lots of income earning opportunities, they may be able to handle tuition and living expenses without some burdensome debt. As a parent, you may be able to help them to get creative too. We have tons of ideas on side hustles, by the way, at thecollegeinvestor.com. Pay for education costs out of your 529 account. If your child's 529 has money, this is the time to use it. Even if you don't have enough to cover all the tuition, books, room and board for 4 years, you might be able to keep your student out of debt for a year or two. And that's a huge blessing. Don't take on Parent Plus loans. A sure sign that a college is unaffordable is if you need to take out Parent Plus loans to cover the costs. Undergraduate students should be able to cover costs with savings, scholarships, and loans in their names. If they can't, a lower cost option is definitely in order. Don't neglect your retirement savings either. Most financial experts advise prioritizing your retirement savings above saving for your child's education. By investing for your retirement, you can avoid becoming a financial burden to your kids in your later years. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about paying for college after college. If your child or student took out loans to cover all the costs, you may want to help them pay back their loans. These are just a few ways you can help. Let them live at home. If your kid spends just a few years at home, they may be able to eliminate their debt burden before they move out. Make sure that you and your child both agree that the goal is to get them out of debt. Direct your previous savings to their debt. Any money you can direct towards your child's debt will be a big help to them. If you're kind of used to giving them $50 a week, start directing that $50 towards their debt. This is a great way to help them get out of debt quickly and out of the house. Carefully consider large cash transfers. Once you reach retirement age, you can start to withdraw money from your retirement accounts without penalties. If you have a ton of money stocked away in these accounts, congratulations first. Also, you may want to liquidate some investments and pay off your kids' student loans. This is an area where you're really going to want to tread carefully. A fiduciary financial advisor can help you decide if this is actually the right thing for you to do. Let's wrap things up for today. Helping your kids get through college is a noble goal for sure, and you can take steps to help them avoid or minimize student debt. No matter what age your kids are, you may be able to help them afford their post-secondary education. And that is our show for today. I hope it was helpful to you. If you want to dive deeper, oh my goodness, we have tons of links right inside this article at thecollegeinvestor.com. Just type in the words, "How do parents afford to send a kid to school?" And you're going to find this exact article, and hopefully it continues to help you. If you want to find out more about us, get to know us a little bit better, we'd love for you to follow us on social media. Just search for the words The College Investor wherever you are, and we're probably there too. Thanks again for stopping by today, and we'll talk to you again real soon.